So hello guys, welcome to my blogging series. So as the first episode of this blogging series, we are going to talk about how you'll be able to pick out a profitable niche. So when I talk about a profitable niche, I'm talking about a niche that have high traffic volume and also a good monetization strategy. Although not every niche will come up with high traffic, and I'm not going to share any niche with you, but I'm going to give you 5 simple tips that can help you pick out a great niche to start blogging on. So if this sounds like you, then hello, welcome to my channel, welcome to Paris Tech. On this channel, I mainly share tips on how you and I can make money through blogging and affiliate marketing and other ways to make money online. So if this sounds like you and you don't want to miss out on any of the video coming up on this blogging series, then do it to smash on that subscribe button. But if you are watching this video in September, or probably you are watching this video in October, or you're already in 2024 watching this video, then you can probably check out the playlist that this video is tagged to, and you'll be able to see every single video that is contained on this blogging series. So you'll be able to learn every single thing you need to start a good blog. So that already said, let's get straight into today's video. Let me share with you these 5 simple tips you can implement to pick a good niche to start a profitable blog. So when it comes to picking a good blogging niche, the first thing is simply looking into your passion and interest. So what do I mean by passion and interest, and how does this affect choosing a niche? So when it comes over to picking a niche, the main thing you need to do is that you need to pick a niche that is within your passion and interest. So when I talk about passion and interest, these are things that you can do over and over again and without getting tired, and these are things that you do every single day. So the easiest way to know your passion and interest is simply asking yourself, what do you do with your free time? Like when you are free from every other work, what do you like to do with your time? It will be advisable you pick a niche that is in relation to that particular thing, so that you can always be able to come up with a content idea that will keep your users coming. Because the best thing is, when you are starting a blog, is to write about things people actually need, that you yourself that you do day in day out. Because if you are doing it day in day out, there's a chance that hundreds of thousands of people out there are also doing it repeatedly every single day. Because in this world, there are only few things that are done by every single person in different way. So if you find yourself doing one thing repeatedly, then it will be advisable to start a blog around that thing. However, it's not just your passion and interest that actually affects the sort of niche you choose. There are other 4 factors that I'm going to share with you that might also affect things you need to look out for when picking a good niche. So that is the first one on my list, is simply looking at your passion and interest. The second one on my list is simply looking at problems you can solve. So your main goal of starting a blog is not just to come up there and be writing about yourself, because this is the thing in blogging, no one cares about you. So if you want to make your blog a success, you need to write about what people care of, and what people care of are problems that you can help them solve. Because every human out there have one problem or the other, and they need someone who have an experience in that particular industry to help them solve that problem, and that's where you play in. Like for example, on this channel, I talk about blogging tips, how you can start your blog, how you can make money from blogging, affiliate marketing, and other side hustle ideas. I'm writing about these topics because those are things I do day in day out with my life, and now you have that particular problem in the industry, you need someone to help you out, and that's why I've created the content to come and help you solve the problem. So when it comes to picking blogging niche in general, the main key thing here is simply being able to identify a problem and solve it. That's what every other big company out there does. All these soft drink companies, Coca-Cola and the rest, all of these companies created those drinks because they know humans will need those drinks in one way or the other. That's why they manufacture those drinks, because they've identified the problem and they brought those drinks to solve the problem. Like we have online payment, we have normal local banks, yet we still have digital payment platforms. They know that digital payment platforms will make things more easier. That's why they brought them, despite the fact that we have our local banks. And this is the thing that also comes into blogging. When you want to pick a blogging niche, my advice is that first of all, look at the thing you are interested in, look at every single thing around you, pick out what you are interested in, and then being able to figure out the problems around that thing that you can help people to solve. This is the best way to actually pick a blog niche. In fact, this number 2 point is the best thing you can ever do for yourself. If you've been able to identify problems you can solve, then trust me, you are 80% already there with the right niche. The rest things will just take up remaining 20% of it. So that is about the second thing on my list, is simply look out for a problem you can solve in that niche. Make sure you can solve that problem in a way that it will keep your audience engaged and coming back for it. So now let's move to the third point when it comes to picking a good blogging niche, whether as a beginner or a pro. The third thing to consider when it comes to picking a good niche to blog on is simply looking at your competitors. So what do I mean by competitors? So when we talk of competitors, we are talking about people who are also solving this similar problem related to your niche. Like when it comes on YouTube right now, this content I'm creating, there are hundreds of thousands of YouTube channels on this platform that also create this sort of content, and there are a lot of blogs also writing about this sort of content, and those ones are called the competitors. So mainly your competitors are people that are creating similar content to yours. So for example, when it comes over to, let me use a real life example to explain what a competitor means. Like when it comes to Android phone manufacturing, we have Techno, we have the Infinite, we have LG, so we have Samsung and the rest. So Samsung and LG can be seen as competitors because they are in the same industry. So for a new company who is manufacturing smartphone to come out, you have to come up with a fresh idea, something unique to be able to succeed in the industry. That's why when OnePlus came out, OnePlus came with different features. So putting that aside, when it comes to picking blogging niche in general, to determine if you still have a space in that niche, is being able to look at your competitors to make sure that there's something your competitors are lacking, then you can add into it. So a lot of people will say that before you start writing on a niche, you should look if there are organizational website ranking on it. So the truth is that it's not just by organization websites writing about that particular topic. The main thing is that go into keyword research tools or SEO tools that we'll be talking about in further videos to come on this particular series. Look at what they are doing, and when you take a look at the website that are ranking for it, if smaller websites are also ranking for that particular keywords, then there's a hope that you also rank. So when it comes to picking a good niche in general and looking at your competitors, my best advice is that once you're able to identify 5 to 10 keywords in your niche, put these keywords into Google and then take a list of the top 10 websites that keep ranking for each keyword, and then take them one after the other. Use a tool like SEMrush or Ubersuggest. We'll be talking about how you can do all that in further videos to come, and then find smaller websites around it that are also ranking for this same keyword those big websites are ranking for. As long as you are able to spot 2 to 3 small websites also coming up on the top 10 ranking list on Google, that's to tell you that there's space for a beginner like you to get on belt. In the case whereby you do not see any small website ranking for it, then that is to tell you that there's no space for you also. But before you should conclude that there's no space for you, take a look at the problems you are solving and see if you can solve these problems in another way, and that one will be a bonus tip at the very end of this video. So that is about the third thing, is simply taking a look at your competitors and then determining if there's a space for you. If there's a space around that, you can also create content on to also get your own unique audience. The point number 4 here when it comes to picking a good blogging niche is simply looking at the profitability of it. So there are a lot of niche out there, like there are a lot of blogging niches out there that anyone at all can get started and start to rank, start getting a amount of traffic. But the big question here is that, can you convert those traffic? Are those traffic going to generate you revenue? Because despite what the point number 1 said, that you should write about things you are interested in, point number 2 saying you should solve problems. But the main reason why you are writing about things you are interested in, you are solving problems, is being able to make money at the end of the day from whatever thing you are doing, right? So if you have to pick a blogging niche, what then would be your profit if the niche is not profitable? And this is why you need to look at the profitability of the niche. So when it comes to looking at niche profitability, the easiest way to look at it is to look at the top websites in that particular industry, look at how they've monetized their content. And one of the easiest things you can do is simply go onto Google and then type in any of those websites that will come up on your mind that you search in the point number 3. Take a look at those websites. Look if they have affiliate links in between their content. Look if they are offering digital product that they are selling. In this way, you'll be able to see if there is a profitability in that. So when it comes to profitability, when it comes to identifying if a niche is profitable or not, is being able to look out for these 3 things that I'm going to share with you here. 1 is to look if that niche can be monetized through affiliate products. So when it comes to monetizing through affiliate products, we are talking about being able to recommend products to your users, like services, things you can sell to your users that you can make revenue in return of it. So when it comes to looking at the profitability in affiliate sense, we are talking about looking at the conversion rate and also the number of sales you need to make a decent amount of money, because there are some niches whereby you can generate hundreds of sales within a few months. But the thing is that, are those sales going to give you some decent percentage at the end of every sale? Those are things you need to look out for. So the first one is simply looking out for affiliate opportunities. Secondly is asking yourself, are there services you can offer in that niche? If there are no services you can offer, this doesn't make it a bad niche, as the point number 3 here is simply looking if you can create digital products. So if you cannot offer services, make sure that there's a way you can create digital products to make money from it. Like for example, perestech.com, which is my official blog that I started back in 2021. I started that blog and then I've been able to monetize it through affiliate revenue. I monetize it through offering digital services, and then I also monetize it by creating an ebook sharing every single thing, every single secret I know about starting a profitable blog. And that was how I started my profitable blog back in, let me just say, 4 years ago. That was how I started my blog, and I documented every single thing in that book. And you can get a book, and it costs less than $10. It's around $5. So the link will be there in the description. You can see the book displaying on your screen right now. So that is it about the point number 4 here, simply looking at the profitability of the niche. Though there are some niches that you might not be able to monetize through any of these affiliate sales or offering digital services, but nonetheless you should be able to monetize it through ad. And if you have to monetize it through ad, make sure it's a niche that you can get a decent amount of traffic per day, because for you to make money through ad revenue you need a lot of traffic, and we'll be talking about how you can get traffic in further series to come. So that is it about the point number 4 here, simply making sure that that niche is profitable before you get started with it. So if you are still watching this video to this extent, I believe you've already smashed on that subscribe button, you've liked this video, and probably turn on bell notification so that you don't get to miss out our next videos, because I upload a minimum of 2 videos a week and 3 to 4 on average every single week. So if you want more content like this, then don't forget to smash on that subscribe button. So the point number 5 here when it comes to picking a good niche is simply putting your idea to test. So what do I mean by putting your idea to test? So you've applied every single strategy, which is the first strategy I've shared with you. 1, looking at your interests. Secondly, identifying problems. Thirdly, looking at your competitors. And fourthly, being able to pick out the profitability in that niche to make sure that the niche is profitable. And the final thing here is that now you need to put all these 4 points to test by starting a blog. And in case you are a beginner, you don't have any idea of starting a blog, then there's no reason why you will not smash on that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so that you don't get to miss our further coming videos. Because for the whole of this series, I'm going to share back-to-back content on how I am starting my blog, showing you from buying my domain name, choosing my domain name, setting up my website, doing the editing and optimizing it for search engine. So all these things I'm going to cover in this series. So that's about the point number 4. There's not much thing about the final point, which is the point number 5 here, which says that you should put your idea to test, because without putting your idea to test, you won't be able to know the outcome of it. So a lot of you know me by the website perestech.com and this YouTube channel Perestech. But the big problem is that none of you know that before I started Perestech, I've already started various blogs that did not work out for me. But then I did not give up. I keep putting any idea I get to test. Finally, Perestech was able to work for me, and I stick to Perestech. And this is one thing you also need to do, is simply, once you start a particular blog and it doesn't work well, that doesn't mean you should give up. Keep trying, one will eventually work for you. And I'm happy that Perestech did, because I keep on learning and keep on implementing. That was why I was able to take Perestech to where it is today. So if you think you don't believe every single thing I'm saying, then you can look this channel, go back to my videos of 2021, let me just say from 2021 to early 2022, you realize that the sort of content I was creating are totally different from the ones I'm creating now. This is because at first I was able to spot a particular niche, yet it did not work, but it did not work for me. Then I had to look for any other niche, and I put my idea to test, and finally I saw a niche that worked for me. That's why I stick to it. So now, hope you find this video helpful. Hope to see you in my next series, in my next episode on the blogging series. So with that already said, have a nice day. Bye.